Is it okay to kiss your parrot? Are there any dangers? Let's find out in this video. Hello everyone, welcome back to The Parrot Teacher. I'm David, I am joined by Pickles and Scampi, and today we are discussing the very important topic of should you kiss your parrot? I think it's a topic that deserves its own video. It's a common question I get, when it comes to handling and husbandry, and I felt it was well worth doing as its own video. I'm going to talk about the dangers of kissing your parrot. I'm going to talk about safe ways you can kiss your parrot, because there are safe ways you can interact with them in this way, and then talk about some of the actual benefits, because there are some benefits for some contact with your face and mouth to parrot husbandry. Kissing with humans is very popular, as you'd imagine. It's a sign of affection, it's a way we show each other we care, with family members, with loved ones, and we love kissing each other. I mean, it's something a lot of people do, not everyone, some people don't like it, but it's very popular and common with humans. Not so much in the parrot world, not quite in the same way. And it's very important to be aware of some of the dangers when you kiss your parrot like you would another person. One of the biggest dangers to your parrot is your saliva. If you're giving them sloppy wet kisses all the time, and I've seen that happen with other people, it is not very good for their health. Sloppy wet kisses are definitely not something you want to be doing. We have a lot of gram-negative bacteria in our saliva, in our mouths, and our parrots don't have much of that. So if you're constantly kissing them with sloppy kisses, that could pose a health risk to them. Even if you're just kissing their feathers with that, when they preen later, they're going to get that bacteria in their mouth and it's going to get into their system. So do avoid those sloppy wet kisses. It is a health risk to your parrot. Another potential, it's less of a danger and more of a nuisance to your parrot and how they appear and to them, is feather bronzing. Feather bronzing is when feathers are constantly exposed to like grease or other things like makeup, for example, or maybe even lipstick, and that gets in their feathers and it causes them to become discoloured. If you do wear lots of makeup and constantly interact with your parrot by rubbing them, again, that may be a danger in the future, obviously, if they lick off the stuff through preening. But generally, feather bronzing isn't harmful, it just doesn't look very attractive, and it's not something you can do anything about until your parrot actually molts those feathers out. Scampi came to us with very atrocious feathers. She still has a little bit of feather bronzing now, just from her interactions with Pickles and us, but it's much, much better. And while, as I said, it's not overtly dangerous, it's not very appealing, because it doesn't make your parrot look very nice from your perspective, and it can be minorly annoying for them as well. Another danger of constantly kissing your parrot is actually to you rather than them. If you're constantly kissing your parrot and they're not really comfortable with it, you're ignoring their warning signs, their little tells they're saying this is annoying us, they may bite you. They may turn around and bite you, and they're going to bite you somewhere sensitive. They're going to bite you under this little bit of the nose, or they're going to get you on the lips, and it's going to hurt a lot. So it's really important to be aware how you're kissing your parrot. If they're actually liking it, trained to tolerate it in certain husbandry circumstances, or if it's just really annoying. Scampi feels very passionately about this point. The last thing I want to mention with regards to dangers is hormones, the dreaded hormones. Inappropriate contact with your parrot and repetitive contact may stimulate hormonal behaviour. As you may have noticed in some of the clips I've been showing in this video, I do kiss Scampi and Pickles on their wing, and it's very important to do that in the right way, which is why I'm going to talk about how to right now. Very importantly, if you want to kiss your parrot, and I'm not going to stop people say, I'm not going to be a buzzkill and say you can't do it, because we do it and it'll be very hypocritical. It's important to do it in the right way. And the right way involves making sure your lips are dry. You want to be very dry kissing your parrot. No saliva, very dry lips, and only very light contact. That's important too. Just a quick light contact with your parrot with very dry lips. You are minimising any risk to them because it is dry lips, and you're also minimising any risk of hormones or any feather bronzing because the contact is so brief. If you keep your contact with their feathers soft and brief, you are minimising risk. You're also minimising any potential irritation to them, and you're kind of maybe mimicking almost a preening behaviour. You're just going in to preen them softly, like so, and then moving your mouth away. It's a much better and safer way of kissing your parrot than some of the ways I've seen, especially when people are just literally going wow, wow, wow all over them, and it just annoys. And you can tell Scampi would have been annoyed by that if I'd done it there. The absolutely safest way to kiss your parrot is Eskimo Kisses with your nose. You want to use your nose, or beak to them, I suppose they probably interpret it as a beak, to kiss your parrot. It removes a lot of the risk of saliva, it removes the risk of inappropriate touching, and it is as much softer contact. It actually is arguably a little bit more useful for some of the benefits I'm going to talk about in a moment. One of the biggest benefits of encouraging and training kissing your parrot, either with your nose or with your lips, is the ability to feel their keel bone. The keel bone is that little bone just below their sort of breastplate, I don't know, their breastbone basically, if it was a human equivalent. And it is very important to regularly feel it so you can see how healthy they are and what their weight is like. I've got another video on that separately, and I know Sophie's got topics on that. I may even redo it in the future. But regularly feeling your parrot's keelbone is useful for husbandry purposes, and them allowing you to do so is also very useful. And the best way to do it, I've found, is either with my nose or my lips. They're very sensitive and I can feel it very accurately, and it's less intrusive as well than me putting my hands all over them or having to grab them. It is one of the best husbandry purposes for kissing or touching your parrot that I've found, and it's also quite fun as well because that soft flute goes all up in your nose. Another good reason to kiss your parrot is training. It's very useful to have your parrot okay with you approaching them with your nose and your face, or maybe even your lips, in a appropriate way, because then your parrot's less likely to lash out at you if your face comes near them. For example, if your parrot loves sitting on your shoulder, if they are trained to be okay with it, like so, lots of examples here, then they're less likely to lash out at you if you move your face to them unexpectedly or suddenly, and it just makes things a little bit easier when interacting with them. It also simulates a kind of bonding activity as well, because they obviously preen each other, especially conures, and if you can kind of almost simulate that in small ways, it's almost an affection building thing, and if you do it in the right way and take your time with it, it can be really, really cute and fun to just see them let you do it. When these two are preening each other and cuddling, I am sometimes allowed in on the action as well, and it's probably one of the cutest things I have done with them. The last benefit is really fun and it's cute and we love it. We can show our affections to them, but if we do it in the right way, it's just completely fine. You just have to be aware of some of those dangers. It's also good for general training. I frequently do this sort of training with Tootin for the safety reason, but just for fun. He mimics the kissing sound, he loves it, and it's been a great bonding activity for us. So it doesn't have to be a negative thing. As long as you do it right, it can be completely fun and safe for you and your parrot. And there you have it, there's my kissing video. Any comments? So there you have it, there's my kissing video. Pickles and Scampi have been relaxing, enjoying themselves, so I'll wrap it up now. Any comments? Love to hear from you down below, but in the meantime, from all of us, take care and see you later.